Okay, students, go ahead and copy down the title Multiplying Fractions on the next odd page of your interactive notebook. Multiplying fractions. When I was in the 7th grade, I learned a song to remember multiplying fractions. And it goes like this. Multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times the top and bottom times the bottom. I want you to go ahead and write it. Write the little song marks, the little music notes, and I'm going to say it a couple more times. I want it to stick in your head. So you don't have to pause, just write this. It's multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times the top and bottom times the bottom. I'll say it one more time. Multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times the top and bottom times the bottom. Now that's very different than adding and subtracting. You don't have to get common denominators or anything. It really is that easy. Multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times the top, 1 times 2 is 2, and bottom times the bottom. 3 times 5 is 15. 2/15. Let's look at another example. Multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times the top, 5 times 9 is 45, and bottom times the bottom. 6 times 10 is 60. Well, this one's not simplified yet because I can divide something into my numerator and my denominator. Now, I know that I can divide each of these values by 15. If you didn't see that, maybe you would start by dividing by 5 and then divide by 3. But I know that 15 times 3 is 45, and 15 times 4 is 60. So this fraction simplifies down to 3/4. But all I did to get that was top times the top and bottom times the bottom. Now there is a special case, and that's when you're multiplying mixed numbers. You've got to make them improper first, and then you can multiply them. You should remember how to change a mixed number to an improper fraction from 6th grade, but just in case you don't, you have to multiply your whole number times the denominator, and then add in your numerator. I call it the check method. I know a lot of teachers teach you like a backwards C, but I teach multiply down, add up. If you remember something from a different grade level, that's fine. You can do whatever you do so long as you're getting the same answer. So 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. It's still out of thirds, so 4/3. All I did was change this mixed number into an improper fraction. Times 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Now I don't have improper or mixed numbers anymore. I've got improper fractions, but I can use them. Multiplying fractions, that's no problem. Top times the top and bottom times the bottom. 4 times 12 gives me 4 times 12 gives me 48. And 3 times 5 gives me 15. This is not a simplified fraction because my numerator is larger than my denominator. So I'm going to see, okay, how many times can 15 go into 48? I've got 15, 30, 45, 60. Well, 60 is too big, so it goes in 3 times. And then how much is left over if I take 45 out of my numerator? 45, 46, 47, 48, and 3/15. But even still, this fractional portion is not simplified. It's going to be 3, and I'm going to have to divide each of these values by 3 to get it all the way simplified. 3 and 1/5. While it seems like a little bit more work, really all you're doing is top times the top, bottom times the bottom, and then you're simplifying those fractions. Remember, for watching the video, or I guess I didn't mention this yet, but if you watch the video, if you watch the whole video, then I would like for you to sing this multiplying fractions to your parents, to a sibling, to someone in your home, and have them sign it. If you get a signature from a parent or a sibling in your home, not your best friend at school, but a parent, somebody at your house, and bring it to me, show me tomorrow, then I will give you something in class. You've got to get them to sign right here on your page in your notebook, And for them to sign, I want them to hear you saying multiplying fractions, that's no problem, top times the top, and bottom times the bottom. Okay? Thank you for doing your homework tonight, and we'll see you in class tomorrow.